Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be learning how to create a simple church poster. Alright, so let's get started. So to start, we have to create a new image, and we can do that using Ctrl N on a Windows lap computer or Command N on a Mac. So I'm going to be using 800 times 800 for my dimensions, and I would like to increase the resolution to about 100. This is because I want the image quality to be a bit sharper. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is to import our image. You can find this image in the description box. The link is there, so you can just download it and follow along with this tutorial. Alright, so we have our image. The next thing I'm going to do is to scale using the scale tool. So we're gonna scale it down a bit. Alright, okay, let's position it this way. Okay, we're good to go. Alright, so the next thing we'll be doing now is to add a form of background over this point. Before we do that, click on the paintbrush tool. What I want you to do is to hold down Control on your keyboard and just sample a color from this blue sky above the mountains. Alright, once you've done that, you are good to go. All you need to do is to then create a new layer. We can call it, okay, you can just name it color, you can name it anything you like. Increase your opacity and your brush size, and okay, starting from the top, just paint uniformly. Then you would want to leave some space between the boundary of the white and the original sky. So what we'll do now before we continue is, okay, we have to reduce our brush size. You can do that by using the brackets key on your keyboard or adjusting it here. Then next thing I want you to do is to drop the opacity to about 20 or 15, something about that. Then what we just have to do now is to keep on painting over this point until the border is no longer visible. Okay, this is going to take a bit of time, so you can just increase the opacity a bit. Then with paint, it's always good to start with a lower opacity, and to get your desired changes you keep on increasing it. This technique is very good for a lot of designs. Okay, you can see now that this opacity seems to work well, so what we just have to do is to blend it properly. For this bit of white, if you wish, you may add a bit of blue, but it is all up to you, whatever you think is appropriate. Alright, so now I'll just make sure I paint over these areas properly. I'm not too satisfied with this white, so I'll try to do a bit of work, but you can reduce your brush size for more accuracy. Alright, I guess this is better. Okay, so one thing you can do is to just go and adjust the color you've just painted by going to the curves tool. So whatever you think is better, it all depends on you. Alright, I think this is okay. I apply my curves. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to combine these two layers. We can either merge them or we can just create a new layer from visible. Alright, so I've created a new layer from visible. Now what we'll do is to adjust the color of the entire design, both the picture of Jesus and his disciples and the artificial sky that we've painted. Alright, we'll also be doing that using the levels too. So let's see what we're going to get here. Okay, you can see there's this kind of vibrance that we've given to our picture now. I think I like this. So you can just play around it till you get whatever you think is best. But I think this is cool. So you can preview. You see, it looks really cool and better. Alright, so now that we've gotten this, what we'll be doing is to add our text. So for this design, we'll be using the Playfair design. Okay, before we continue, we need to change our colors, the foreground color. So we set it to default white and black. You can just press D on your keyboard. Then to swap your colors, the foreground and the background, you can use the key X. Alright, so the next thing we'll be doing now is to add our text, and what is about is a call to discipleship. Alright, so I would like to work on a call to differently, so I'll create a different text layer for discipleship. Alright, now we are going to use we'll be using the Playfair font for this, the Playfair font. So I'll drop a link to it in the description. If you do not have this font, just get it there. And yeah, so when you've done this, we're going to make this smaller. Alright, we're going to make this smaller. Okay, I'm leaving this at 40 pixels. Then for this, I'd like to make it a bit bigger because this is like the keyword in the design. So when you are designing, the thing is you need to use hierarchy, and the way you apply hierarchy is you look for what's the most important thing. So the most important thing here is the word discipleship, and I want my discipleship to kind of overlay the interface between the mountains and the sky. Alright, I think this call to is a bit too big, so I would be reducing the size to probably 35. Yes, so now I'm going to increase the letter spacing. Okay, I think it looks good now. Alright, so I think we can also add the the date of the program. I'll say 30th February 2022. Alright, we'll have to make this smaller, of course. For this, I'll be using the Interfont. The Interfont is a free font also. You can find it on Google Fonts. However, I'll be linking to it in the description so you can easily get it. Because the date is quite important, I'll be using the bold fonts out of that typeface. Alright, so I would like to use a bit of guides, and I think my guides will be okay here. Yes, okay, then I'll be adding the same to the other side too. You can see according to this rule I'm using about 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using about 400 pixels, I guess. I'm just using about 400 of these units for my margin. Adding margin sometimes it makes your work look more beautiful. This is a call to, I think it's too okay, yeah, it should be closer to the discipleship. All right. I really think this 30th February is too large, so I'm just going to bring it down for now. I might have to adjust it later. Oh, okay. Let's see how it looks like now. I'm going to be adjusting the position. Also, so we're going to be adding the address of the church. This is an hypothetical church, but okay, you can use anything you like. I would like to call this the building place, or the building, the building church. The building church. I'll give it 142. Let's reduce the size of this to probably about 15 or 16. Okay, I'm calling this the building church 142 Davidson Street. Allen Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria. Alright, so I'll just adjust this a bit. You can press the Alt and okay. Alright, so I would want to add a bit of attention to the name of the church, and I'll highlight it here and add the bold font. Now, when you're making your designs, it's best to use just two fonts. One font, I mean a typeface, or you use two fonts or three fonts maximum. So I want to change this to the fonts we used for the date of the event to intermedium. Alright, then this one I made this bolder. I'll make the building church bolder, so we'll just select the building church and we'll make it bolder. Alright, I'll be duplicating this date. You can, when you're on the layer, you can press Shift Ctrl D, or using this icon you duplicate it. So I've duplicated it. Next thing I'll do is to move the layer. Right, I'm going to place it somewhere around here. Okay, I think this is overshooting. Alright, this looks way better. Okay, I would like to convert this to the date. So 09:00 AM. Alright, we'll add a bit of text, and I'll be doing that now. Now I'll be adding a logo to this. I'll create a new layer. I'll call this logo background. Alright, so I'll just draw a small circle here and I'll fill it with black. Go to edit and fill with background color. I will deselect it by pressing Shift, Ctrl and A, or you go to select and click on none. Alright, this this circle is probably too big. Okay, before I scale down it, I go to layer, crop to content, so it remains with the circle. Then I would want to scale this circle down to about 50 pixels. So scale, I would like to add a guide here to align all these elements. Using my move tool, I'll move this to about here. Then I'll just create okay, for the building chart we could use BC, so you can just use any script font for this, but I'll be using the Saturday script font. Alright, so I'll reduce this to about 40 or 37. Then I'll move it. Okay, you still have to work on this size. I'll reduce this to about 32 or to 30 or 29. Alright, I'll make it fit in the box. This is still too big, so let's just make it about 25. Yes, so you just position this well in the box. So we have our logo. So we've gone a bit far. Now what we have to do is, I think this color is okay. You can actually pick colors from different parts of the characters here and we'll be fine. But I think we can take this better by one step. If you have the GIMP filter, you can do this. If you don't have this, you can just skip towards the end of the video and change the color of your text. So I'll be using the GIMP filter to improve this color. Alright, the filter is loading, it takes a bit of time to load. Alright, so our gimmick filter is up. So we'll be using the color preset. To find the color preset, you just go down into the colors tab and scroll down. You will find the color presets. Alright, so for my color presets, you can actually use any color, any LUT pack, the LUT pack, and you get a beautiful effects. As you can see, this is beautiful. This is the Expire 69 look, which looks really nice too. It looks a bit smooth and I think I like it. Expired 69, the faded look. But to replicate the design I showed at the beginning of this design, I used the peaks. Yes, I used the Serenity. Well, now I'm looking for the filter. Okay, the Purple 11 LUT pack, and I used the Serenity filter. Alright, so you can reduce this, the U, if you feel it's too much, you can reduce it and see. So it all depends on you. I think this is actually nice too. So just adjust it, but I would want us to use exactly what I showed at the beginning of the video. Alright, so apply. Make sure your output mode is either in place so you can find it. So we are done with that. Okay, now as you can see, our design has stepped up. If you want to see the previous, it looked like this before and now it looks like this, which is nice. So all we can do is to add colors to make our project pop a bit. Alright, so you click this eyedropper tool to pick a color, and I would want to use a color that looks a bit like wine or maroon. Alright, so I've picked this color and we have this. Alright, so I would want to use the dark grays on the clothes of the disciples, or even Jesus himself. Alright, I think this might be better. Okay, alright, so we'll just try to keep the colors uniform. So for other part of the design, we'll use the same color. For areas I want to stand out more, I'd kind of use the wine or the maroon color, and that way you can see our project is taking a beautiful look so fast. Alright, so I'm going to change this to the wine color. Now I'm going to change this to the grayish brown color, and this also to the grayish brown color. Alright, so we have our beautiful design now. You can export these and you can see it looks so beautiful, and I hope you were able to gain anything from this tutorial, and I hope you will be able to make beautiful designs like this either for your church